Hello, welcome to Blockhead U. You're watching a replay, but please come back and join us live sometime. We do this every Wednesday. We start at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. I think this is like, our fifth attempt at doing this. Hello, everyone who's joining us again for like the millionth time. We appreciate your patience with us. Can you hear me right now? Chances are you probably can. Yes, take 5. We think it's a problem with I don't know, if I try to bring in Ashley, if Ashley tries to join in me. So you know what? I'm just going to try and grab our first guest. And we'll see if the same thing happens. Hopefully the audio does not drop out. If it does, we might have to contingency plan. But you know what? What I should do is preface everything by saying, yes, Ashley, my trusted co-host, who's going to hang out in the chat for a little bit, is confident that it's going to work this time. Okay. But yes, just in case you're new here, hello, my name is Melanie. I'm in Toronto. We do this every week. We are a bunch of New Kids on the Block fans. We love to talk about New Kids on the Block. And we recently just had like this amazing New Kids in-person event called BlockCon. For those of us who were there, and for those of us who weren't there and experienced it, through lives on social media, like I have this one piece of hair that's driving me nuts. So just try to ignore it and I will too. That was just a couple weeks ago and we're still trying to get over that. And we're here to share a bunch of stories from people and their experiences. But I'm just going to look over my notes of some other things that have happened over the past few days. Rat Tail went live on Monday to do a recap of BlockCon, and they were joined by Donnie. He popped on and talked about Sonal, who was also on their live, and they talked about her background and her experience moderating a couple of the panels at BlockCon, because she is a longtime New Kids on the Block fan, and she was able to get on stage with the new kids and interview them. No big deal. So if you didn't catch that live, go over to Rat Tail's Instagram account. You can see a replay, and they are also doing a subscriber drive, because they are, at their core, a YouTube channel, and they are really looking to grab I think they're at they need 462 more subscribers. And then once they hit that next subscriber level, they're going to do a react to Never Gonna Let You Go. And yeah, we all want to see that. What else happened? Okay. Joe's been doing a ton of radio interviews. He's interview mania, tons of promotion, I guess, leading up to his solo tour that's coming up. And then he, Joe McIntyre, along with Nick Lachey and Wanye from Boyz II Men and Joey Fatone from NSYNC, they formed a little boy band supergroup / stunt for this commercial. They call themselves Boys No More. They have a little ditty, a little song that they released. Again, it's a commercial, but it's a fun one, and it's a little kind of play on boy band stereotypes. So that's come up. And Joey last week did a fun duck tour in Boston and had a whole bunch of blockheads on the boat with him. Well, I guess it was it's a duck vehicle that drives on the street and then also goes into the water. So I know that Boston Paula went live, so you can check her account for the full play-by-play of how that went down. It looked like it was also being professionally filmed, so I expect we can see that somewhere. But yeah, that's kind of the roundup, I think, for the week. I trust that tomorrow Megs and Jenny will have a very thorough roundup. They're great at doing very thorough, because I think that Donnie also did a couple of smattering things, but we'll let them cover that. Okay, so I'm gonna try bringing in a couple of guests. Here's hoping that it works. If not, Ashley and I, like, if I bring in the guests and then it goes, like, we lose our volume again, I think we'll probably just end it. Ashley and I will reconnect and figure out what we're going to do. Either maybe we're going to wait it out a little bit. Maybe we'll just reschedule this as long as our guests are able to rejoin us another time. But thank you so much for bearing with us and for being so patient, and for coming back 5 times as we work through the challenges of Instagram Live. So cross your fingers, cross your toes for us. I'm going to look for our first 2 guests. All right. Okay. Please, in the chat, entertain yourselves. This is usually where I ask Ashley to talk. Okay. Oh, hello?
Hello.
One. Oh my
Hey.
God, somebody got through.
Yes.
Okay, and there's Deniece. She got through. Okay, can you hear me, Kwana?
Yes.
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 Deniece, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. People in the chat are saying no sound. Sometimes there's a bit of a lag. Okay. Yeah, Tiffany can hear us. Yay! Okay. Should we try to bring in Ashley? Ashley?
That's
Should I
risky.
try to bring you in? And Ashley, from where do you want to join? Do you want to come in through your personal account or through your Yaki Girls? Let me know. Okay, but in the meantime, welcome to you both. Can each of you please introduce yourself, let us know your name and from where you are joining?
I'll go. I'm Kwan Jones Becker. It's spelled Kwana. The last A is silent, hence my name on here, Kwan silent A. I'm from Ohio.
And
Hi,
I'm
Kwan.
Deniece, and I am from Missouri.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, I see Ashley sent a request. Okay, cross our fingers. I hope this works. You know, gotta love technology, right?
Absolutely.
But I appreciate folks in the chat keeping us on
Is it
top
working?
of what's
Yes,
working and
yes.
what's not. Okay. It's
Okay,
really
I
good
blame
that-
my phone again.
Okay.
Although now I
I'm
can't
looking
see
at the chat.
Melanie.
Tiffany, it's not because of you.
Technology is a real finicky little friend, isn't
Okay.
it?
You know what? I wonder if it's.
Can you guys still hear me?
If it's Ashley.
I can hear
because-
you.
Okay, but I don't even
What the heck
see
is
Ashley.
going on? Now we can't
I
see
see
Melanie.
everybody.
Okay.
Wait, you see
You
Ashley?
see Melanie too?
Yes, I do.
I don't
I
see
see everybody.
Ashley.
Melanie, can you talk?
Is Ashley talking? Because I don't hear her.
She is. Yeah.
And you
Honestly,
can hear her?
like, look, I'm gonna
Yes.
take a
So
picture
you guys
on my
can
other
hear
phone.
each other.
No.
You're joking.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bow out. I'm
Look.
going to let Melanie take over with you
Look.
two. We'll figure it out.
This is what I see. There's 3. You've got to be kidding me.
So she left, but so it's the 3 of us now.
Is Ashley gone now?
Yes.
Yeah, they left
But
since you guys couldn't hear each other.
You're right. Just each other you couldn't hear. That's very strange. We can
That's-
hear everybody.
That is so bizarre. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to carry on with just the 3 of us. Okay, Kwan, can you tell us what is your Blockhead origin story?
Well,
how did you become a fan? When?
Yeah, I was in 6th grade, I believe, sitting in geography class, and our teacher, Mr. Warrenberg, he always played the radio, and Please Don't Go Girl came on the radio, and I'd never heard it before. So after school, my friends and I got on our bikes and we rode our bikes to Walmart.
I thought you were going to say you went to the library to look them up in the encyclopedia or something.
No, went to Walmart and found the music, found a poster. And as I say, kind of the rest is history, basically. Although it wasn't a Please Don't Go Girl that got me. It was I Remember When. I listened to the album, and that song was like my favorite song for like ever. And that was what really hooked me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that song. We were talking about that last week in our little recap of BlockCon. And Deniece, what about you? What's your earliest memory of the New Kids?
So it was middle school. And yeah, the girlfriends, one of them had the cassette tape, and I heard this voice and I was like, yeah, it was Please Don't Go Girl. And then MTV, like I lived on MTV. That was what was on my TV from the time I woke up till the time I went to bed. And those videos came on and I was like, who is that boy with the curly hair and the blue eyes?
Right.
I'm going to marry him.
Right. Okay, well, somewhat related to you guys. Okay, you're both very dedicated longtime Joe girls, and you were both at BlockCon, and you're both at prom, and you both had a pretty special moment with Joe as his prom date. He had like what, 7 prom dates or prom queens, I should say. Okay,
Yes.
prom queens. Okay, Kwan, for you, how did you become his prom queen?
Well, so my friends and I, Deniece, and another friend, Christina, we were together and we saw this, like, I don't know, commotion at this other stage. I couldn't even see him yet, but I saw people who I know are big Joe fans kind of running over there. So I was like, oh my gosh, let's go. It's Joe, it's Joe, it's Joe. So we run over there. We have our signs. I wasn't even holding one at this point, actually. I held it earlier in BlockCon, but this time just Deniece and Christina had one. And Christina's tall, so she stands out because we're in the very back, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks out for her, he sees her, and he calls us up there, basically. And we went up there, and Frank led us up on the stage, and you know what happened then? We danced with Joe McIntyre for prom.
So it was pretty like spur of the moment. You didn't know that this was coming down.
Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. I mean, I feel like he knows us, and that was part of it, seeing us and deciding to give us that special opportunity.
Right. And Deniece, you were part of this, core group of 3 girls, right?
Yeah. We had kind of planned our color themes.
Oh, okay. Because Kwan, you were wearing pink, right? Yeah.
I had on a pink dress with a very large teal, I'll be PG and call it a bottom bow.
Yes.
Okay. We can use our imaginations, yeah.
And Christina had on the teal dress, and she had made the pink bow, and Kwan had a teal or a pink dress on. And so, I had a crown. Christina was supposed to wear a crown, but she's like, it hurts. Those suckers were heavy.
Yeah.
We worked on her crown for a while. It was just, forget it.
Yeah. So she went back to her regular bows. And then Christina and I had sashes that said Joe's prom queen. But yeah, so we all had the color scheme going. So then Christina had her signs. And
that sash, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You were like, I will be him. Like you were manifesting, I will be his prom queen.
Christina manifested it. She was putting it out there, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just
go along with it.
I'll be there.
So Deniece, this might be like a really obvious question, but how did it feel being Joe? I'm thinking back to like you in middle school, hearing that voice and like seeing the boy with the blue eyes, think I'm going to marry him, and now you're on stage as one of his prom queens. How does that feel?
It's really surreal. I mean, I've had some few moments, through my New Kids career, but yeah, I talked about it today. If I could go back and tell 14-year-old Deniece the experiences you get to have with that boy you fell in love with, I would never believe what I'd say coming out of my mouth. You get to meet him, mm-hmm. You get to hug him, you get to say hi and have conversation. You dance with him mm-hmm. more than once. Like 14-year-old Deniece would never believe it, ever.
And what about you, Kwan? How was it being up there?
Well, I want to go back to what she said. So I totally thought I was marrying him. So I believed all of that was going to happen.
Right.
Which is
interesting because I thought I was going to marry him too.
Right. So when that didn't happen, the marriage and all, right. I was kind of dashed. But no, when I was up there, I wasn't like nervous or anything. It was just exciting. It was just really, really exciting. And I don't dance. I can't dance. I'm horrible at dancing.
I remember that about you.
You worried about that. Yes. You know this.
Well, no, okay. No, I don't know that you're like a bad dancer. I just remember you telling me I don't dance. Yeah. And I didn't ask for
right.
details.
Right. So
I thought it was like a Footloose thing, maybe. I thought maybe it's just like not.
No phobias. I just don't have any dance talent.
Got it. Got it. But you were up there and you had some talent. I saw you dance. You did a little twirl with him.
He did the twirl. I just followed along the best I could.
Got it. Okay. And then had either of you been to your prom before, or was this your first?
I went to my prom with Danielle, actually my best friend. We went together. Who
Yeah.
Houston. So it's just us two girls, right? As friends. So not with a guy or anything, because I was still waiting for Joe, obviously. He never asked me, so.
And what about you, Deniece? Had you been to your prom, or was this your first?
Yeah, no, I had been to my junior and my senior prom. Junior went with a friend he had just moved there from out of town, and then my senior year was my longtime senior boyfriend. So yeah, but it does not compare to dancing with Joe.
Right.
Well, and you also were you nervous up there though, because everybody's watching you? And
I get butterflies, but I don't get nervous.
Okay. And Kwan, what about you? Did you feel
I wasn't nervous, but once he left the stage, we were just all up there. I felt a little like,
now what
do you do now? So I just kept doing my little, this is all I have, right? So I just kept doing that little move.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then, so Kwan, prior to prom, what was your favorite Joe memory, or Joe interaction? Because I know you've met him before.
Oh yeah. So believe it or not, this was not my favorite. It's my second favorite. My favorite was in Vegas when he was with, Debbie, and they did their little thing, and I got to go on stage with him and, do Donnie's part of that song. And he introduced me as my girl Kwan. Yeah. So that was really cool and really special. So.
And to piggyback on that story, I was in Vegas the same time as Kwan, and I went because I guess you went to the earlier show and I went to the evening show, and no joke, during the Q&A, Joe did say, "Is Kwan here?" He asked for you, and I was like, "No, she's not here." And I was texting her. I'm like, "Right, just asked for you." So if anybody has that film, if anybody has that,
yes, I want it, please.
Yes, yeah. And what about you, Deniece?
So it's kind of a tie, because the first time I danced with Joe was on Lido.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably my most special moment. Him coming through the crowd, he stopped and had a little interaction with Charlene. I don't know if you know Charlene. She's from California. Yeah. It was on GPS night, the 2018 cruise. Mm-hmm. And so they had a little thing, and we're just over there by the bar, hanging out, doing our thing. And they had a little interaction, and he turned and he put his arm around me, and we just kind of danced and whatnot. And then somebody asked him for a selfie. So he turned and he obliged, gave them a selfie, and then he turned around and came back and danced with me again. And I was like, we were just in our own little world then, and there was nobody else on Lido besides he and I. We were just floating around for our little interaction, and thankfully I had some friends that captured the whole moment on video for me. So for me personally, that was it. But this last tour, I unfortunately am raising a mini Joe girl. I did not want to have a competition with that.
When your daughter is your competition, right?
Yeah. Well,
Awkward.
She's too adorable.
Right.
But so she got to have her first meet and greets, and we did some back-to-back shows. And the very first time, she was 7 this year. Actually, she turned 7 this year during tour, and she was a little shy. And so I said, "You can be shy. That's okay. You don't have to say or anything, but you have to be shy in front of me. So you have to stand in front of me." And so the first one, she was a little shy when Danny talked to her. She was better with Donnie. She had been on a Zoom call with Donnie before, so she had a little hi. So really timid with Jordan. And while I was saying my hi to Jordan, she zoomed and ran up to Joe and gave him the biggest bear hug. I was like, I looked over, I'm like, "Where's my kid?" And she's hugging him. And he took a step back, and they're still wearing masks at this time. And he pulled his mask down and he goes, "Hi, honey." She had a shirt on that said "Joe's Girl." Pulled his little mask down and he said, "Hi, sweetie, it really is me." Mom was about to just bawl into tears. So he asked her name and how old she was. And, I'm just sitting there staring going, holy, he was Joe and he was fabulous with her. And so when we were getting ready to leave, and I said, "Well, we'll see you tomorrow." He goes, "Tomorrow? Okay." And that next day, he remembered her name. Like he said, "Hi, Lila, how are you?" And I was like blown away. So it's kind of hard, as a mom, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
But, I have my own personal moments.
Right.
So
And
it was fantastic.
yeah, somebody in the chat's just saying Joe is so good with the baby blockheads, and it's true, right? He has a definite way of interacting with the smallest fans, with the kids. That's so sweet.
Yeah, she could have picked another one. She didn't have to pick Joe.
Right?
Well, he's got good taste.
I mean, I can't fault her for that, but yes.
So what are some other, did you have any other highlights from BlockCon, each of you?
Well, the whole thing, really. I mean, the concert.
Yeah.
Concert was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All the songs that they brought back that they typically don't play.
Yeah.
It was great to hear those.
It was the best concert I think they've done, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, like, can you think of any particular songs that you're really excited to hear that just like took you by surprise, or maybe you've never gotten to hear before in person?
I had never heard "Keep on Smiling"
live.
Like I was like, when I try not to record. I think they have friends that record, so that I watch all their videos. And my son was a big Free Willy fan. Like we have all the movies, and so like I literally had to like pick up my phone and start recording it to send it to him. So yeah, that was to me, I was like, oh my gosh, they are actually singing the song.
And Kwan?
Obviously, I remember when he sang that, and it was beautifully done, because you never know from that boy soprano voice to man voice. There's a big change, and for him to do it so well, I was just like melting, literally melting.
I'm trying to remember a couple tours ago when they did that, popsicle remix, and did he do I Remember When, or was this past concert the first time that we've seen it?
I've heard it before, but it wasn't so much. It was like a couple lines.
It was a segment. Okay, right. This was the first time we got
cruise, actually. I think it was on the cruise that he did. They did it. They did like different songs that they don't normally do.
Right.
It was in the cruise concert.
Yeah. At Fenway.
Yeah, did they do that in the medley at Merriweather and Fenway?
I was at both. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I was at Fenway. I don't remember.
Yeah. I have to go back and look at somebody's video, or like find a set list. The set list is probably posted somewhere. Oh, he did it. Yeah. Somebody's saying that he did it at Merriweather. Okay. You know what? I was still like, that concert was just like, Merriweather is a bit of a haze, because it was like the first one, like kind of in the pandemic. So
yeah,
there was a lot going on mentally, emotionally.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
And they did.
Okay, so
just real quick, they did "We Own Tonight."
Yes.
I love that song, and I was so excited. I haven't heard them do that, I don't think, at least not lately. So I was excited he did that one.
Yeah. Panels. Was there any favorite part that you guys had, or like a favorite piece of information, like a little tidbit that was surprising to you? Or
I like how they were so raw, it was so emotional, going back to what their thoughts about all that time during that time period. And there were so many tears.
Yeah.
It was so real. I like that about it. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we got all this inside information, right? That we had no idea about.
Right.
Yeah. I was expecting, when I saw the themes of it, I was like, what are they going to tell me I don't know?
Right.
They told me everything I did not know.
Yeah.
Like it was phenomenal. I was completely blown away by the panels.
Yep. Yeah, and it's funny because Ashley and I, in this live last week, we unpacked the BlockCon and the panels, and then like watching everybody else's lives, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this part and this part, like the sleeping bag. And we didn't even talk about Donnie and his ripped jeans last week. Like the fact that like he had them on underneath the whole time. He must have been so uncomfortable in them because we know they didn't quite fit. And then, you know, I don't know, like I was a little bit nervous for him when he was taking down the black pants to reveal the jeans, and he, you know, was kind of like strategically cupping in a certain spot.
He needs to take lessons from Joe. Because Joe, you know.
Right. We know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Daddy's special treat. Yes. The toddler. Yes. But yeah, I totally forgot about that part. And it's just like having these conversations with blockheads and looking at other people's videos. It's like, oh my gosh, they really did just like drop us with so much information and like so many jokes. It was the best. Yeah. And Ashley saying the jeans were, hey, care, Rusu. She probably means hilarious. That's what she probably means. The jeans were hilarious. I love them too. Okay, so you guys, like both of you, have been on the cruise as well. And oh, okay. So you've both been on the cruise, and now you've been to con. In future years, if they were to do both again, like, would you try to do both, or would you pick one over the other, or what would you recommend?
Go ahead, Deniece.
I would always try to do both.
Yeah.
I know that they like touted it as, you know, the cruise on land, and it kind of was. Like it did have somewhat of a kind of flow like it, but we never get that long of a concert on the cruise. Yeah. We don't get panels and that much time like, you know, on the cruise. And so they're similar but different.
Yeah,
so
and I guess, you know, from like a logistics standpoint, right? Like the theater, the Rosemont Theater is just bigger, right? So they only have to do the show once, whereas on the boat they have to do each show twice.
Yes.
So they have to make it a little bit longer. Plus, they also have to get to the Lido for that party to start like midnight or whatever time it's going to start. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would do both.
Right.
Because
perfect world, we would all do both. Yeah.
Right, a perfect world. But if I had to choose, I think I would choose the con though. But
okay,
yeah.
And if I had I think I would choose the cruise.
Yeah.
So Kwan, why the con?
Because I'm an old lady, I guess. I don't know.
You don't have to dance as much at the con, that's for sure.
Right. But I wasn't as tired. I was so tired on the cruise always. Yeah. Like even today, I took a nap before this. Okay? Because I knew this is like late at night. But I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning though. So God, on the cruise, such a, you know, you don't sleep. I don't sleep at all on the cruise. You just stay up because there's no point, you know, trying to go to sleep. So I'm just so worn out. But this on the con, during the con, we were able to, you know, sleep.
Right. So. Okay, so like, do you guys have any other New Kids events coming up this year? Because we got the cruise, of course, and like California shows, Iowa, Oklahoma, Joe.
I don't have any New Kids, I don't think, other than the cruise. But I have a couple solo Joe shows I'm going to.
Okay.
Trying to get a third one in, but right now it's just 2.
Okay.
I have a few solo Joes. I'll be going to the Iowa State Fair and sweating myself to death in August, and then the cruise.
All right. Wow. What is the Iowa State Fair? Is it known to be, it's like really hot there? What? Or it's just because it's an outdoor venue, like general admission?
It's because it's outdoor. It's a fair. So yeah, and Iowa in August is hot. Iowa in the summer is hot. The Midwest in the summer is hot.
Okay.
Pretty miserable. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you. Was there anything else that you wanted to add, that you wanted to put out there about your BlockCon experience, your prom experience?
I just hope they do it again. I don't know how they can even top it, because what do? They can't do like the same panels, you know.
That's the thing, right?
You know, how do they make this, how do they manifest this to happen again? I don't know.
Right.
But it was so successful. I know that they have to. It was just such a success.
Well, I'm curious if we're going to get a survey like we would get after the cruise, because that's where we can really just really rave about how much we enjoyed it, and hopefully prove that we want to do it again. Didn't
And where's our yearbook?
Yes. Where is the yearbook?
I kind of don't care because I didn't consent to that. I didn't tick that I wanted to be included, but I figured that the yearbook would be like the app, like a directory in the app that
I don't know. Like I figured maybe they might compile something and send a digital link for us to
That would be
similar
cool
to the app.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the organizers, they need a little bit of breathing room. Maybe they're working behind the scenes and they'll pull it together by the end of the school year or whatever. Just in time for graduation, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kwan and Deniece, thank you so much for joining me and Ashley in the chat and everyone else in the chat. And thank you so much for your patience with all the technical issues. Kwan, good night, because I know you're probably going to bed. You have to get up in about 3 hours.
Yeah, right. Thanks for having us.
Yes, you're welcome. And we'll talk to you soon. And I'm going to bring you both down so you don't have to worry about Xing yourselves out, okay?
Bye, Ashley.
All right, bye.
Bye, Deniece.
Bye,
See you,
Kwan.
Melanie.
Bye. Okay, let's see. Woohoo! Okay. Now, Ashley, I saw that you sent me a message that you are trying, you've got like your earbuds or something like that. Do you want to try to come back in? What's strange though, is that I couldn't see you, but you were on screen. Everybody else could see you. Could see 4 of us, but I couldn't see you. This is so strange. Ashley, in the chat, please let me know if you want to try to come up again. And if I do bring you up and the sound goes out, then we'll just end it. We'll post the past, the past conversation that we had, and then we'll restart, and then we'll get Tiffany, and we'll do this in 2 parts. Okay, we can try, but dump? What? All right. Okay, cross fingers. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Okay. Ashley, I've sent the invite. People in the chat, please keep chatting and let me know if you can hear us. At least it's it's good to know that I was able to bring in our other 2 guests, though. It just seems to be some kind of issue with Ashley. Nothing. And now the chat is frozen. Okay, you can still hear me. That's good. That's good. Okay, Ashley, I can't hear you. If you're sending a request to join,
Hi.
I can't even see Ashley.
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Okay.
And if you can hear me,
we can hear.
That's fantastic.
Is Ashley on screen? I can't even see Ashley. Oh, there she is.
Oh my God. Does it work?
I can see you. I can hear you.
What? I even got a haircut. I even got a haircut for tonight. So this was good.
Okay, your audio is a little.
How about if I do this?
You sound a little bit underwatery.
Okay.
How about?
I think what we should do is you should interview Tiffany.
Yeah.
Because we're here to tell the stories of the Blockhead U experiences, and I'm not taking away from that. So you're doing a great job.
Okay.
We will make you say next week. There's a chance it might just be me. So
okay.
Like you had said earlier, you could be at a concert. So I'm here in the comments. Okay, bye for now.
Okay, bye. Bye. All right. I'm glad she was at least able to make an appearance. Okay. All right, Tiffany, I'm going to find you. You know what? Yeah, it's those cheapy AirPods. That's what it is. It's those cheap AirPods. You need to get the real ones. Okay, Tiffany, I am looking for you. Let's see if this works. All right, I'm gonna get my questions for Tiffany ready. Ah, hello.
Hi.
I can see you. I can hear you. Thank God.
You too.
Oh my gosh, Tiffany, thank you so much for your patience and for being so active in the chat and letting me know if we are having any issues. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Okay, so there we go. For anybody who has, my guest here has been on Blockhead U before, but in case anybody has been living under a rock and hasn't met you before, please introduce yourself and let people know from where you're joining.
So I'm Tiffany. I'm originally from New York. I always throw that in there, but I now live in North Carolina. So,
and I think, you know, Tiffany always comes prepared. Always comes prepared. And you were preparing some backdrop, and do you want to give us a tour of what's going on behind you?
Well, I mean, there's 2 different sizes of the first meet and greet photo of Jordan and I.
Yeah.
There's a picture over there. I have confetti on the wall, my cruise hat, just all my new kids kind of stuff is on this wall. So like I have half of it that's like an adult wall, and then the other half is like I'm still a teenager.
But this is your glam room / new kids room?
Yeah, so I have my own room that has like my vanity and my shoe closet and things like that. So I keep my new kid stuff in here.
All contained. Very, very nice. It's kind of like your playroom as well. I love it. Okay, so you were at BlockCon. So I just want to jump right into it because, okay, I'm going to set you up. What was your most legendary moment at BlockCon? Please tell us.
So in case anyone hasn't seen the pictures or seen the video yet, this moment now is literally 20 plus years in the making. Never thought it would happen. I finally broke the Jordan curse that whenever I'm in an arena, he's on the opposite side. Cruise, same thing. So it's like a running joke, but it was time to break the curse. And at the concert, he was so much in front of us. He kept walking down by us. And then at the end, during Hangin' Tough, it kind of, I started thinking back because it kind of was a blur at some point until I had to like try and relive it when I was calm.
Yeah.
And we were like the 3rd and 4th people in the row, but it just was weird how it became like a sea of people and there was like no row. So somehow didn't even know if he was going to come back that way. Somehow made it, and I was just standing right at the edge of like our row, and I kept my phone on video. I'm like, just in case, I'm not going to risk messing up a selfie. I'm going to video whatever happens. And all of a sudden I turned back and he's walking forward, and I just like looked at him and put my arm out, and he just came into view, and he thought it was a picture.
Right.
And then like standing there, and then I like blew a kiss in the phone, and then he realized it was a video. And then he smiled and walked off, and it was the best 6 seconds of my life. After that, because I didn't know what happened. I didn't know if I didn't know if it worked. I had no idea if our heads were in there or anything. So I quickly hit it back. Sorry, my gum is like, I hit it back, and I saw it, and I like hit the floor. Literally in a sea of confetti, I hit the floor. My friend Brianna was like, "Where is Tiffany?"
She's covered in confetti. Yeah.
Looks down, and I just look up at her, and I'm like, "I'm not okay." I'm like, "I'm not okay. Like, this is not okay." And then I was still processing, and then we got back to the hotel, and Donnie was coming to our hotel, but we were going to eat.
Wait, hold on a second. You didn't stick around. You went to eat?
Yeah. It was a man. We saw him at BlockCon. Like, it's Donnie. You know you're going to see him again. So our hotel was jam-packed with people. So
yes, I was there. I remember.
Yeah. These people have never met him, never taken a picture. So we hung out a little bit, and then we're like, all right, we're going to peace out. Then I was getting all these text messages, you know, from everybody, such sweet text messages. And Charlie, she's on here too, she sent me this really cute, sweet message about that moment. And it just hit me in that moment. And I just started crying, like in the middle of the hotel, sitting with my friends.
Well, these Jordan moments, Jordan interactions are
rare.
Few and far between these days, right? Yeah. So your 6 seconds, I can't remember. Did you say you posted as a TikTok or your reel or something? It's been viewed like 14,000 times, but like you watched it 13,999 of those times?
Probably.
Pretty much,
it's literally, it's in my phone under an album called My Happy Place. So every time I'm like stressed out or I just go straight to the video. I mean, I made pictures of it. So I have screenshots of it. I have.
Okay, but will you turn it into a tattoo?
No.
So
I have my thankful tattoo. I have unfinished tattooed back here.
Yeah.
No, I love him, but I'm not tattooing his face on my body. Love him, but no.
Yeah.
But I have the video set up so that I can show it.
So, okay, go for it.
because everybody needs to see it 700,000 times. So I set it up. Okay.
So cute.
Yeah. So then also
wait. What's the last frame?
Yeah, so that is a continued story. So my friend Chas was the first one to text me that screenshot,
Right.
and she's like, your face at the end says it all. And then I kept getting other people were like sending me that picture, and they're like, you need to put it on a shirt. I'm like, we'll take it one step at a
Jordan
time.
needs to get that face tattooed on him. That would be great.
I'm not. Let's keep that face
Right.
I get it out because it really does because in that moment I remember being like, oh my God, do I shut it off? Did it work? Like, what happened? I was so scared to touch my phone because I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was definitely the highlight of my new kid's life. And
Well, I mean, good luck topping that. But I think, one of the key takeaways for all of us here is like, have be on video mode, right? Because you can always get screen caps or like live photo as well, because it's kind of got like a video energy. But
yeah, that's my thing now. I started doing that on the cruise too, because I'm like, I just stayed in video mode because I'm like, whatever's happened, I can screenshot. And then I got all these selfies of different views. And if you watch the video in slow motion, that's
right. That's some good reels and TikTok content right there.
See his head, touch mine, go back.
And then like you had this ready. Like, did you know that you wanted to blow it? Like, the face came so naturally to you.
He was still standing there. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I never expected this many seconds. Like, I'm like, this is like a meet and greet. I'm like, I don't know. So I can't kiss you in real life. So I'm just going to blow a kiss to the phone, and then you'll realize I'm videoing. And that's why we're still standing here. But yeah.
I love it. Again, you're always prepared. I love it. So, okay. So I know that moment is like super hard to top because it's like 20 something years in the making, but what are some like your other BlockCon highlights?
The concert. The main reason I went there was the hopes for a concert like that.
Yeah.
So me, I have always wanted, I love the mixtape tours. I love everything, but I've always wanted like an Eras tour, kind of like what Taylor Swift was doing, but them to do. And it was like a little tease of that on the cruise last year. This was it. They sang songs that I dreamed of them singing, that literally manifested it. And then I have videos of like my friends and I just videoing the song, freaking out, screaming that they're singing the song. We weren't even videoing anything in particular, just to hear the fact that the song happened.
Right.
So the concert was the reason when the whole BlockCon thing was announced. At first I knew, I'm like, there's going to be a cruise. Like, I had that in my head the whole time that there would be a cruise. So I'm like, how do I do both? And then the minute I knew it was anything related to the block, I was like, I'm going. Because that album means the most out of all of them. So there was no way I was missing it. No way. And that concert proved why. And that made the whole weekend.
Okay, so then since the block is so important to you, like, what are your hopes for, like, are you hoping for more celebrations as we move into the fall and actually marking its anniversary? What would you like to see? How would you like to see it celebrated?
Exhausted and cannot physically and financially do anything else.
Yes, right.
But I do like how they talked about at the panels, re-releasing the block with different versions of songs or whatever Donnie was saying. That I like that. Re-release that as an album. Maybe even do like a live or a Zoom or something like that, kind of like they did with the Philly show that they played. Yeah. I physically can't go anywhere else, so yeah, I still got other things coming up. So I'm like, let's keep it a little more, tame, but definitely.
You know what? Maybe that celebration is on the cruise, right?
Sure too.
Yeah.
Sure, but definitely sounded like it was more like the re-release of the album, which is how but I think BlockCon was the event, and that's why I thought September. And then when they threw it out there in May, I was like, okay, this is it. And then when he threw in the album, I was like, okay, we'll get that too.
So as far as the panels, what was your favorite part of the panel?
To me, their personalities were able to really shine. All of them. They really all kind of took to it a lot better than I would have thought that they would. And they seem to enjoy it and have fun, and getting to hear stories that I didn't know. Things like them hanging out at Donnie's house and playing ping pong for the block. Like the minute that all started, my friend was like, grab the tissues, because she knew I was going to start crying. That, and then, you know, the interesting stories of like Flava Flav and Donnie jumping on a bed with John.
Another moment I completely forgot about because there's so much.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I had to rethink, because I'm like, I was still in a blur from the night before that I'm like, I don't even know what's happening, you know?
Yeah.
The sleeping bag, we've talked about this.
Right.
Definitely never been more jealous of Donnie Wolver.
Okay, but wait, between you and me, we had a conversation about turning that into a VIP experience, right? Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. So too bad Donnie's not here. We got to present this to him.
Right.
You want a VIP sleeping bag experience. Right. There's just one guy. Clearly you can't fit everybody in there.
It's the individual, like, next level.
Yes. Instead of ultimate, it's you get the sleeping bag experience.
Yeah.
6 seconds. That's what I've learned, that 6 seconds is enough.
Right.
So sleeping bag experience, VIP, I would pay, sell a kidney. I'm there.
So anybody who follows Tiffany, knows her, met her, loves her, you know, we know that you are a fashionista as well as a Jordan girl, and, you know, a New Kids on the Block fan. And you put a lot of your creativity and effort into pulling together your looks for different events, right? So do you want to share some of your favorites from BlockCon?
Yeah, I'm actually wearing one of them. I have Welcome to the BlockCon instead of Block Party. Christina,
now, do you make this? Did you make that yourself?
No, this one Christina did. I do a mixture. Some things I make, some things Sharon do, Christina do. Laura, just because I don't have enough time, and I'd rather just be like, here you go, you do it, you perfect it. I don't have the patience, but some things I do.
Okay.
Our little drawstring bags, I made those for us, things like that.
Yeah.
But our friend Amanda, she came and surprised us with these awesome, like, little bomber jackets. So we all had our step shirts, like which steps were, and then it had our name on it. We usually will go through it by our first and middle name, and then it said BlockCon on the back. So we matched for that. I had my BlockCon. Sharon made this, but then I cropped it because I have to cut everything into a crop top. So that was the main outfit. And then some of my favorite for prom was, like, I had my Jordan rhinestone pin in my hair.
Okay, I've seen people with some custom, like, the people
Christina had those. So
Christina makes those.
She had them. I don't know if she specifically made them.
Okay.
And then she made my sash that said Jordan's Prom Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then always, except for the boat, because I'm always afraid to bring it on the boat, my all-time favorite is my jacket.
Right. Yes, I think we talked about that the last time. Okay, but what about the jersey? Do you happen to have that handy? Because I loved the jersey you were wearing in the baseball game.
I don't have it. I think it's in the other room.
That's all right.
It was a cropped jersey that said BlockCon, and on the back it said Night with 23 for the year.
And I just love the color scheme. Like, it was white, and then it was like pink and teal, right?
Yes, because I wanted kind of like neon-ish colors. And closest thing, and I don't know, for some reason it screamed BlockCon to me. The minute that they said that the farewell was going to be at like a ballpark, baseball is my favorite, so I was super excited. I was like, please don't rain, because they can't move it. It has to be there.
Right.
Confetti tennis shoes that I wore a couple of the days.
So did you while you were in Rosemont for BlockCon, did you venture outside of Rosemont? Did you go into the city? Like, you went to St. Charles, right?
Went to WalCon. We didn't go to the city. Okay. I have family there. I've been to Chicago a bunch of times. I went to 4 last year, so I didn't want to go near the city. I go to St. Charles. That was my second or third time at Wahlburgers. So we went to WalCon. We did that. It was good. We went there early so that we can enjoy everything and eat before, like, the madness.
Because you were on the patio, right? You had a patio ticket?
We did, yeah. Okay. So after 8, we then got our patio pass, hung out there. We were just kind of waiting. We were going to the Cubs game, so we were kind of just waiting.
Oh, okay.
And then we were going to peace out the minute he got there.
Did you see Danny as well?
We did. So Danny is what messed with my head. So all of a sudden the black car comes up, and I see Danny step out.
Yeah.
So now friend, and I'm like, oh my heart starts racing, and I'm like, I'm not prepared for this. Now I'm thinking the next one out, which is Jordan.
Yeah.
And oh no, I need to prepare. And then Donnie got out, and I was like, okay. So he came through, he took selfies, and when he went inside, we kind of left, but we just hung out, had food, had drinks, you know, enjoyed getting to talk to our friends and get to, you know, meet a bunch of people, because that's where I saw the majority of people.
Okay.
Before craziness started.
Yeah. And then you went to the baseball game, and I know that you're trying to hit up all of the stadiums, right? Was this your first time at a Cubs game?
My third.
Okay.
It was Brianna's first time, so we wanted to go. It was freezing that night, so we left 4 innings, and we're like, we gotta go.
Okay.
So, but we got to see it. Like, she got to see, you know, a couple of innings at Wrigley, and we called it a night.
Right. And plus you had to rest up for the actual con, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so if they do BlockCon again, would you go?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To me, and I know it's not the popular opinion, I wanted to see it a one and done type thing.
Yeah.
I felt like it was more special because it was, you know, in honor of the reunion and things like that. So I don't know how they could do it again. Like they were, like, you know, Deniece and them were saying the panels, it's like, it made sense. We even went back to like Hanging Tough, this and that. What do you have to go back to?
Right.
You know, unless it's like the making of mixtape, but we kind of know that stuff.
Right. And especially, I guess, also with the Philadelphia documentary as well, too. We learned a lot about that behind the scenes. So, yeah, I guess if they do it again, they'd really have to really get creative about what the panels would look like and what that conversation is going to be. Because, like, these panels had us captivated. Yeah. So it's going to be tough.
Panel, because, like, the props were so fun. The doll boxes were so much fun. Like, we got to take a picture with Danny in it. I also hung out by the empty Jordan box for a while. No, nothing would happen, but I had to check it out. But though, like, that being interactive in the wardrobe and all that was so well done, and so in that aspect, yes. But yeah, the panels thing, I don't know.
So okay, so if they do it again and you go, is there anything that you would do differently, like something that looking back you're like, oh, you know, I wish I had done this, or I hadn't done this, or I brought this, or
the biggest thing was I thought I'd have more time seeing everybody. Like, I thought prom was going to be very different than it was. So I thought prom was going to be more like sit down type thing with a dance, kind of like a prom. I didn't expect to walk in and it be more like Lido deck, but not as tame and, you know, organized.
Right.
So crazy. So we kind of stepped back and stayed away from everything to enjoy ourselves. Wherever a new kid was, we wasn't at that point.
I think I saw you at prom, right? I think briefly.
Yeah. Briefly. But that's the thing, like, I really thought us mingling, but it was literally us in a mosh pit kind of thing. So that, which is, you know, that's just how it was set up. So that's kind of my only regret, which is, I mean, I really couldn't do anything about it, but it was hard to find people, and I thought it would be easier in that. So Wahlburgers really was the best.
Yeah. And now, you know, with you saying that, because like we've talked a few times, you know, on the live about how like some people I never even saw, or I saw them so quickly. I'd love to spend a little bit more time. And of course, that's kind of like the cruise. That's what the cruise is for, right? But like if they do WalkCon, maybe, you know, if they do BlockCon again and they do something at Wahlburgers, or like, maybe I'll head in like a little bit earlier and carve out some more time to meet with people, because once the con gets started, it's like go. And when it's not go, you're like sleep. Right?
We don't sleep. My crew, we don't sleep.
Really? I need to take a nap whenever I can. I have to.
Our friends, she would go back and she would just meet up with us. But Brianna and I leave. Like we just keep going. We literally are stop. But yeah, I think even if they do it again, doing that aspect, I mean, they probably wouldn't do a prom again. Changing that up to be a little less crazy. And I get it. A lot of people had never done events before.
Yes.
Or done the cruise before. So it was kind of their first take on all this. So I get it, but I kind of just wanted to be away from like everybody just chasing Donnie back and forth.
Yeah, right.
Like to us, it was a party and our prom, because it was like our first prom, and they were just an added bonus.
Right.
Like to us, prom was our thing, and the panels and concert, everything else were more about them.
Right. Right.
That's the only thing I would kind of change, but that's not up to me. So.
So you alluded to, you have some other new kid stuff coming up this year. What do you have on the calendar?
A couple of weeks I'll be in California at Yamava, the second Yamava show on the 30th.
Okay.
And then a solo Joe show in Charlotte, and then the cruise.
And then the cruise.
And then,
Okay.
oh, yeah, so far that's it.
Okay, so now con has wrapped up, and yes, there are a few events, coming down quickly, but a lot of, for those of us who are running the cruise, we've kind of like probably shifted to cruise prep mode, and you are the queen of preparedness and organization. So given your experience with the cruise, what are your top tips for getting ready for the cruise that we can be doing now? Even though it's June, we're 4 months away, what can we be doing now, given that we also don't know our themes?
Yes. But I have little piles that I have so far.
Yeah.
I have GPS tonight picked out, because we know they would do that.
Yeah.
I have picked out if there's like a dressy night, kind of like a Love Eternal, because they always seem to have a dress night. I have cowboy night picked out just in case. Yeah. Potentially that does happen.
Yeah.
And then my friends and I are kind of hoping for a certain theme that even if it doesn't happen, we may do it ourselves.
Do it anyway. Yeah.
Be different, depending on this. So we have that planned out.
Yeah.
I have my hair appointment set. I have my spray tan appointment set. I have everything like that set up already.
Yeah.
I have, and I said it the first time I was on. A couple of things that you have to have for the cruise: those packing cubes.
Yep.
For BlockCon, I use it for everything. I literally pack each day, night, every outfit. I pack it, and we talked about last time that I make little collages of everything I'm wearing to put with it. Just cross it off as I pack.
And I guess it's an outfit also that people can get to thinking of if they want to, is the photo op.
Yes.
Right?
I have
that, yep. Sail away. If you want to do something for sail away, you can start thinking about that.
Yep. My sail away, part of my sail away is being made right now.
Okay.
So I have that planned. Besides the packing cubes, what I've learned is there's like no outlets on a cruise ship. So I had bought the little plug-in that has multiple outlets in it, and that's otherwise 2 people cannot charge their phone and do their hair or anything like that. So those, I think I wrote down, those are my biggest things. I'm someone who can't get on board with the fact that I have to wear flats places. I'm always in heels. Last year on the cruise, I learned be comfortable, and I embraced it. And I'm telling you, I wore heels for Love Eternal. They were comfortable. They were fine. It was the shortest night anyway. But I embraced, branching out a little bit, not 100% being myself, and definitely do it. Be comfortable.
Wait, you embrace the flats? Is that what you're doing?
I did.
Bravo.
I don't like it. It's not me, but I've made it me.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's to last on that Lido deck, you have to. Like, I didn't have a choice at that point. So yeah, be comfortable, be organized. Don't worry about overpacking, because you're going to want extra things. Like, I went from the beach, I changed for the concert, and then I changed again before Lido. I was like, I'm going to get outfits. So I don't feel ever like I'm overpacked. I have a lot of stuff, but I feel like I use the majority of it. So I wouldn't be worried too much about that.
Somebody was asking how many cruises you've been on, Kendra.
Last year was my first one.
Yeah.
Yep. Last year, I always said, no. I'm not a cruise person. But I said I would do it once in my life. And last year, I was glad that it was last year as my first one. It meant a lot more. And it made for the perfect first cruise. And I thought I'd be one and done. And I stepped off the boat, actually after GPS night. Not that it ended, it went all night. But I literally said to myself, you're doing this again. I stepped off the boat, put the deposit aside, and was like, so.
Whenever, you're just like, okay, this one's done. Whenever they announce it, I'm ready to go, right? For the next one. Yeah.
No, but it was, that was not happening. I was definitely going.
Well, those are all the questions that I have. I don't know if people in the chat have any other questions about BlockCon, about Tiffany's Jordan experience. Oh, well, I guess you know what? Prior to this moment that you had with Jordan, what was your top Jordan moment?
It had to be my first meet and greet.
Yeah.
First meet and greet, because again, it was something I waited. So like since the reunion, I had never done it. I was scared. Not of him, but of just all of this.
Yeah.
It's a
same. It took me a while before I just
Yeah, since 2008, I've been just going to the shows quietly, never in the
and then
groups,
go home.
Yeah, I just stayed quiet. And then I was like, and especially after COVID, it changed me as a person.
Yeah.
And it was more of that, I'm not going to let anyone hold me back. I'm going for it. These are my dreams.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Right.
And so glad I did it. And that first experience, it was worth the wait, because I don't think I would have had the same experience and the same mindset if it was 13 years ago,
Right.
and I was that, or been through the experiences I have at this point. So my first meet and greet, he was super cute. I wore that jacket,
Yeah.
which is why I could bring it. Like, he was playing with the stars on the back of it and asking me questions about it, which threw me off because I didn't expect him to ask questions.
But was it the 2019 cruise? He had it's the 2019 tour. He had like a custom denim jacket as well too. And then I remember he like tagged the girl who had made it, and I think like she just got inundated from all of these requests, and she was like a law student.
It was like black
Yeah.
denim. It had red stars, and I remember it because I have a bunch of pictures, because it was the year Tiffany was with them, so it had my name on it.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah.
I have of that jacket, but I had wanted that for a long time. I wanted it done right. I waited. So it was cute that he, embraced that. And then cruise, I mean, we all know the Lido deck shower story and me climbing to get a selfie, which was a group selfie. And now I have this probably topped every moment, but it can't take away from the first time I met him.
Yeah.
But this, and his personality was on fire this whole weekend, the whole BlockCon weekend. So I saw a little bit different of him, kind of like in the past, and I loved it. And I'm like, bring that to cruise. Let's bring it, bring it on there. So
I'm trying to remember, I guess on the cruise, like really the only moments, like we don't have panels, we have game shows where we can see some of that like personality shine out, but like, so I think some personalities just naturally suit those kind of scenarios, or could be a little bit more goofy and stuff, but where it's like a panel where people are a little bit more introspective, if that's the word, and thoughtful, it gives him some of like the more quiet personalities to really shine as well, right?
I mean, even Prom, like he was out there so much dancing, like the concert I even saw different, even just the way he walked down there and was just, like I said, I didn't expect him to actually stop and for as long. So, I mean, I just still can't believe it happened. I literally watch it a bunch of times a day, and I will live in that happiness for a very long time.
We have to think of all the different ways that you can like take this 6-second video and like just I don't know, like, can you buy, maybe you need to like buy space in like Times Square, right? And like
so
and show it in Times Square. That would be perfect. You're from New York, right?
Well,
yeah,
I tried to make it into like a flip book because of like how it goes. So I've researched that, and then Lori sent me the way you can like put a video on like a backpack, like an LED type. So everyone's sending me ideas of how I could like walk on the cruise and have this thing like playing, but I try and dial down the crazy, but it's fun.
But I feel like after that experience, you're like, the crazy, it's just like up to 11 at this point. So it takes a while to come down, right?
Yeah. So
it's okay.
I'm going to embrace it, have fun with it, but it really was an incredible experience that I didn't expect. So.
Well, like I said, and like we all know, those Jordan experiences are few and far between these days. So, the Jordan girls have it rough, right? Us Donnie girls were really blessed with the Jordan girls. Pardon me?
I always say I should have been a Donnie girl.
Right, right. Well, you know what? That you didn't choose the lifestyle chose you, right? So all this to say, we're all, thrilled for you that you got that interaction, you have it on film, and that it worked, and that you're maximizing it, and that you're, you can ride this high as long as possible.
One of my favorite parts, besides that moment, was, like I said, you never know how people are going to take things. You never know people's reactions to things. I got so many messages or comments or DMs or text messages genuinely happy for me or saying such nice, sweet things. And that meant almost more to me than that.
Mm-hmm.
People actually, I did earn it. Like at that point, I was like, I've earned this at this point. So that made me extra happy and feel really good that people actually embraced it and were super happy for me.
And there's Tiffany, another Tiffany R,
Yeah.
also from New York, is in the chat, and she's super stoked for you. She's also a Jordan girl. I met her on my very first cruise. It was both of our very first cruise, 2017. So Tiffany in the chat, remind me, are you going on the cruise this year?
And we're in the photo group together.
Yes.
We're both Jordan.
Oh,
we have it planned out. Yeah, we have it planned out.
I'm so excited for you. And have you met Tiffany before?
We haven't met in person now.
Oh, I'm so excited. You guys are going to get along so well. I saw her very briefly. We got to meet up at Sunway. But she's a blast. She's rad. You guys are going to have a good time. And I'm happy that the two of you found each other and that you're going to be in a picture with Jordan because you're both named Tiffany and you're Jordan girls.
Well, that's why we're like, okay. And that'll be the first time I remember to say my name. I never tell him my name.
Yeah.
I never do. I don't even recall it or remember it. And I'm like, all right, we could literally go there and be like, hi, we're Tiffany. We got this. There's no way we're not going to say it because it's both of us. So
I think he might explode. Not gonna lie. I think he might. He's gonna explode.
Was probably she was one of the top 3 people I sent the video to immediately. After I was like, who am I, click, who am I sending it to? And she was one of the top 3.
Oh, well, I'm excited for you two to finally meet in person. Yeah, she's saying I'm so excited to see the both of you. Looking forward to it. And Tiffany, Marie in the chat. I'm excited for you. Continued, good luck in California. We'll see you on the cruise. Thank you so much for coming on here again and sharing your experiences. We're thrilled for you.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Take care. Okay, bye. Yay! All right, we made it through. Okay, Ashley, I know you are still hanging out in the chat. Do we want to try to bring you on one more time so we can say our farewells? You know what? I'm going to look for you and try to bring you in. Let's see if this works. Okay. Because okay. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, okay, you sound a little bit better right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, you don't sound as underwater as you were before.
I will not move an inch.
Okay, sounds good. Ashley, I'm so sorry, but honestly, I feel like all the technical issues with Instagram Live happen on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific.
Good job.
I know, right?
The good thing that first live didn't work out because I don't think the timeline happened real well with that.
Exactly. I was having a really hard time rattling those times out. But we did it. Thank you so much for keeping the chat alive and on fire as usual.
Well, I'm grateful that you are an excellent interviewer and you didn't need me to be doing anything. But I miss being here for everyone. I was messaging with Deniece and just being like, I'm so sorry. I was so excited because her daughter's first New Kids experience, I was there.
Okay.
In Lincoln, Nebraska. So, it is what it is. We'll have many other memories to share coming up. So it is what it is.
And we have, we have many other lives, in our mind and people that we're eager to talk to and learn from and meet as well over the next, who knows how long, but we're going to be here. We're going to continue doing this every Wednesday night. That said,
and we should,
go ahead.
So I would say we should thank Tiffany because she got us our first sponsor, which is packing cubes.
Yes, and we'll the packing cube content will be ramping up as we lead up to the cruise, right? Because we all love to talk about how clutch those packing cubes are. Okay, so next week I'm not going to be here because I'm going to a concert next week, and it happens to be the exact same time as Blockhead U. So it's all on you, girl.
Well, I better figure out what the hell's going on with my phone then. And I promise everyone, I will. If it means getting a new phone, my husband might kill me, but it's going to happen. No, it's, it's always sad when we can't be together, but hopefully I'll hold on the fort and we will have a week of stories and then welcome you back. There's a lot of big things coming up. I mean, I keep saying it wrong. Yamava.
I don't know how it sounds about right. I'm sure.
Yamava.
Yamava. I think that's how Tiffany was saying it. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to have fans are going to be going to those 2 shows, and hopefully we can hear from them. We're going to be hearing, I'm sure, about some Solo Joe experiences. You're going to Iowa, right?
I'm going to be in Iowa. I'm going with my sister Samantha,
Okay.
Who has missed all the New Kids experiences so far this year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We had a conversation today about what that's going to look like. So I'm very excited about that. And then jokingly told my husband we're going to go to Nashville for Joe's show, but that's probably not happening.
Right.
Probably
Okay.
not happening. But I keep, I'm holding out the hope that I will make it to 1 this year. So,
Yeah.
Putting it into the universe.
Yeah, manifest. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll happen. And actually, I see my friend Karen just joined the chat. She was at BlockCon. She's kind of just getting immersed in next level UKid fandom. So hopefully she's going to be able to join in a couple of weeks and talk to us about her BlockCon experience. And what's that other show? Oh, Oklahoma as well too. So hopefully we can line up somebody for that. And then it's going to be full throttle cruise prep mode, right?
Yep, and we're here for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of people we have not even talked to yet about the cruise who have had some really cool experiences. And, early in the chat, the 90s cruise group girls were all here, the OGs. So
yeah.
I know we got the chance to finally meet them in person at BlockCon as well. So it'd be fun to hear kind of what they have planned too. But lots of cool, like you were saying earlier, there's a lot of people providing cool content online right now. And we're just happy. I think I'll speak for both of us. We're happy to be part of the conversation, and thank you all for showing up every week and supporting the conversations and being in the chats because it's been a lot of fun. But I know we won't see each other until October on the cruise again, right?
October.
So.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. We went a really, really long stretch without having met, so we'll get through this. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Exciting.
Thank you so much, Ashley, again, for your patience, and thanks to everybody in the chat for your patience. Apologies. But you know what? We're persistent. We're blockheads. If there's anything, we're persistent and we're patient, and we figured it out.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed the live tonight. I'll post it shortly, and we will see you. We're going to see you, Ashley, next week. I'll be in the chat next week, maybe, for a little bit.
You better be enjoying that concert, though.
Yeah, I will be. Don't worry. The reception's probably going to be so bad that I won't be able to join the chat, but it's all good. I'll watch the replay.
Well, we will miss you, but we will talk to you soon.
Okay.
We'll talk to all of you. And I have to go watch the Vanderpump Rules finale.
Okay, you go do
message
that.
Jackie.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.